I'm Michael Bain and welcome to Triggered, coming to you as always from Dragon House Studios in the secret hidden bunker in the Rocky Mountains where finally the daffodils are blooming. This is a gun that's generated a lot of interest in the last couple of weeks. It's from Ruger. It's a Ruger single action Super Wrangler. You know how Ruger loves appending super in front of different guns, Red Hawk, Super Red Hawk, etc. Well, about 2 or 3 years ago, Ruger came out with a low-cost line of 22 single actions, the Wranglers, and they sold amazingly well. $269 MSRP, call it $240, $250 street price. Why would Ruger do that? Probably this. This is a Heritage, which is one of the brands owned by Taurus, 22 single action revolver, selling incredibly well. So why would a smart company like Ruger not have a lower cost line? Well, the Wranglers did good, so Ruger decided to do a little supering, and that's this gun. Here's a couple of things that are different. A 5.5-inch barrel, you will notice it has adjustable sights, rear adjustable sights, front sight. It's Cerakoted like the rest of the Wrangler series. This is, I think, a really dark gray, flat black. It really looks nice. I'm a huge fan of Cerakote. The frame itself is alloy steel, which I believe in the Wranglers are alloy aluminum. And the grip frame is the same size grip frame as this gun. This is a Ruger Single 6. It is one of the most popular 22 revolvers ever made in the history of man on Earth. This guy here is somewhere between 35 and 40 years old. First gun I ever shot was a Ruger Single Action 22. That was when I was 8. I have untold many thousands of rounds through these guns. So you're also asking, well, why didn't Ruger want people to buy the Single 6? Why did they offer them something different? Well, this guy here, the Super Wrangler, which has a 22 long rifle cylinder, a 22 Magnum cylinder, looks really great, cold forged barrel, excellent little gun, $329 MSRP, $799 MSRP, unless you want the convertible version with the 22 long rifle and the 22 Magnum, and then it's going to run you up over $800, $850, somewhere up there. So it's not just a small differential in price. The reason single actions are selling so much well is, number one, they're fun to shoot. Number two, it's the best gun to introduce somebody new to shooting to how much fun you can have with 22 long rifle. 22 long rifle is back to being inexpensive again. And if you shoot something like these CCI Quiets, wow, the gun doesn't make very much noise at all. And of course, there's no recoil. At the same time, if you want to take it out and say, hey, I want to go shoot some bunnies, which, you know, everybody does, April, then you can go to the 22 Magnum cylinder. You got the 22 Magnum rounds, an excellent world-class hunting round. I think that introducing friends, family, kids to shooting with a single action, it sets a great basis for the rest of their shooting career. And hey, you know, the Single Action Shooting Society, the Cowboys, I believe they have a 22 division, or they have matches where you can use the 22. And this is one of those cases where the price of guns will not keep you out of competition. Price of hats might keep you out of competition. But hey, hang on a second. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what we did at GUNSITE in the cold weather. Welcome back to Triggered, which is brought to you this week, by the way, by Rock Highland Armory and Hunter's HD Gold. Shooting glasses, they change, so you don't have to. I was going to talk a little bit about my last few days at GUNSITE a couple of weeks ago with another one of our sponsors, SDS Imports, and one of their imprints, which is Military Armament Corporation. As I mentioned, it rained. As I mentioned, when the sun came out, there was approximately a 300-mile-an-hour wind. It was like watching the movie Twister. You'd go like, cows. Anyway, we shot 3 guns. First is their new 1911, their JSOC 1911, based on Military Special Operations Command 1911. They put together, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that. But it's an excellent, all forged, 45 ACP. You'd almost call it a classic 1980s 1911. An LPA adjustable sight. Bomar's out of business. We always had Bomars on our 1911s, but without Bomar around, the LPA Bomar-like sight is as close as you can get. Has a brass bead front sight, which really kind of helped us out in the driving rain. 3.5, 4-pound trigger. Engraved walnut grips, matched barrel. Everything about the gun screams quality. It's roughly $949 in that region, under $1,000. The other 2 guns we looked at were shotguns, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of them. The first is their M2, which is a semi-auto shotgun. It's 4-in-1. Obviously, you import a gun from Turkey, and these are Turkish guns. They come into the country at 4-in-1. And it is an inertial-driven shotgun. It comes with Turkish walnut stocks that really, honestly, were so spectacular. People were like, I want to buy this one. Can I put money down on this particular gun with this wood? They're incredibly good shooting guns, especially if you like inertial guns. And second gun, what's it? Gosh, the 1014, which is a military designation for the Benelli M4. It's a gas gun, 4+1. A little bit heavier than the M2. You will recognize both of these guns. And I won't go any further into it than that. But they're both Turkish guns. I shot one of the 1014s, and I loved it. It shot great. Shot great with buckshot. I ran on the Urban Scrambler course. Really very pleased with the hostage shots. Shooting a plate partially covered by a quote-unquote hostage target. Shot great, 85-yard slug targets right there, bang, bang. And because it's a gas gun, doesn't particularly beat your shoulder up. It has plastic socks, but man, that M2 is a beautiful gun. You're going to be seeing all 3 of those here as soon as I can get my T and E versions in. So you might want to keep watching. And I promise when I shoot them here, it's not going to be in the rain. This week's Triggered is brought to you by Taurus USA. Always ready, always bring it. Stoger, everyday tough. SDS Imports, Thesis. Thesis means quality. Hunters HD Gold. They change so you don't have to. And MTM Case Guard. Quality shooting sports accessories. Welcome back to Triggered. This is something new from Crossbreed Holsters. Not a sponsor, but a really handy magazine carrier. It's their Confidence magazine carrier, and it fits a bunch of different magazines. For example, little bitty magazine like a Micro 9, fits right in. You can see the adjustable elastic on either side, and it's not so tight that you can't get a good grip and draw the magazine. Works just as well with Glock magazine, plain old boring Glock magazine. Once again, you can see the expansion here. Or you got a single stack 1911 magazine. Looky there. Works with that just as well. It is a really neat product. Why? Because oftentimes I'm going to the road with, going to the range with multiple guns. I love having a magazine pouch that I know if I'm going to do a reload or practice doing a reload, the magazine pouch will fit the magazine. So brand new from Crossbreed, last couple of days. One more quick thing, you probably wonder what's in this glasses case. Can't tell you. However, if you look at the first segment of this show, you'll notice the color glasses that I'm wearing. They don't look typically like any other thing from Hunters HD Gold. That's because I am currently a crash test dummy for one of their new lenses. Glasses are in here. And quite honestly, I picked it up yesterday. It's one of the best set of glasses. I used them as sunglasses, used them in the house, used them as shooting glasses that I have ever owned. I can't wait to show you this new product. It is a home run. So anyway, this is Triggered. You can find us where? It's a test. How about michaelbain.tv. How about, YouTube still, Rumble? We'll even post a link up on Facebook. We're always free, michaelbain.tv. Thank you, Rock Island Armory. Thank you, Hunters HD Gold. We'll see you next week.